Welcome to ELH4X4 Doing Stuff. Today we're working on a 2000 Silverado 1500 4.8 liter extended cab square or step side. Nothing's really relevant, but what we're diving into is the windshield wiper pump not working. All right, so we're gonna test to see if our fuses are good. Then we're going to test the wiper pump. Here's the reservoir. Can't really get to it even if the battery is taken out. So we're going to try to attack from the wheel well. But I'm going to get set up. We're going to do voltage or a continuity, or we're going to use the test light is what I'm trying to say. All right, so we got the key on, obviously the engine's running. We got our test light hooked up to the fuse to see if we got power going to the pump, but whilst I was doing that, the pump kicked off. So I'll show you what happens when we use the pump switch in the vehicle. Is it lighting up? So there you go. If you guys caught that on camera, let me move you a little closer here. So I honestly, I mean, it wasn't working, right? I'm not making this stuff up. But we know that the switch is working, that we got power through the fuse. So you know what, we're going to keep driving on. We're going to pull the wheel well liner out and see if we can get access to the pump and a wiring harness down at the pump. And then we'll check with the test light to see if that's good down there. So we're going to act like nothing happened and we got a bad pump. All right, so we're just going to take a couple of these fasteners out. Maybe, you know, if we break some, I did buy an assorted pack of GM push clips, push pins, push rivets, whatever you want to call it. You can, yeah, open it up. So this, are you seeing that? This one actually goes to the reservoir, and there it is. There's a reservoir right there. Huh. And the motor there we go. We can reach, and we got access to the wiring harness down here. I'm going to remove a little bit more clips to kind of get this out of the way. All right, so there's a fastener over here. Here. Watch your fingers. And then show it over there. Let's move that out of your way. So we got a fastener here, and then there's another fastener here. So I guess what I'm going to do is just take the battery out, right? And then we'll just pull the whole reservoir out. All right, let's go up top side. That looks like a 10 mil. Yeah. And we'll just remove this stuff and see if we can't snake the pump out. We might have to move this little support bracket out of the way. All right, so we got our battery disconnected, got a support bracket out of the way, got the battery hold down removed. And one of these bolts up here is holding the pump in. All right. And I think it's that one. This one. Whoa! You better get those. All right, that's one. We had a little gust and our instructions blew away. All right, let me get this. Something else has got to be holding it up. Take it off the stand and put it. There you go. Right in here. And we got a fastener up here. So we could have got those two fasteners out of the battery box while we were up here. Okay, there's that. Maybe disconnect You know, I'm thinking the battery box might have to come out too. Yeah, looks like it. Maybe. Ow. Oh, maybe not. All right. I'm going to put the fastener back in its place. All right, here we go. All right, there we go. So what I thought was the wiring harness for the washer pump was in fact the washer level, right? And then here's the pump. So what we can do is, you know, the smaller of the two connectors, this one is for the sensor and this is for the actual pump. What we can do is get the test light and hook that up and see if the wiring harness is good, right? You know, but we already know it is because the washer pump was working, but we're going to go through it anyway. All right, so now what we got is we got the test light hooked up to the positive side, and we're going to test the test light to the negative. So go ahead. And can you see that? Right, we got light, all right? And what we'll do is switch test light over to negative and hold it on the other side. And there we go, we got light. So we know that the wiring harness, the integrity of the wiring harness is good. So we could rule out the actual harness, the wiring harness, and go straight for the pump. But we know that the pump is working now. But anyway, we're going to replace it. All right, so we're going to take the pump out. So we just lift up on it, slide it out. And we'll look at the other one. This one's made in China, but this is a genuine GM part. Part numbers do not match. You want to go get the box and see what the... Yeah, completely different part number. Anyway. It even says to replace the grommet prior to installation. And what I didn't know, and I ordered a genuine GM grommet, and it already came with one. So we just slip it back into the hole, slide the pump into the grommet, and clip it into place. All right, let's plug that up and try that again. So the new grommet, or the grommet that comes with, lift the camera up a little. The grommet that came with it was weeping just a little bit, and it seems like the genuine GM grommet is doing the job. Yeah. All right, so we'll get this reverse order. We'll get it put back up and button it up. So we ended up taking the battery tray out. That'll give us a lot more access from underneath, and that way we're not struggling. And then dump the washer fluid into a container. That way you're not spilling it all over the place. Take the time to hook the wiring harnesses up. There we go. The washer fluid level. Go. Okay. All right, so we got to a position or a point where we got everything all hooked up, but instead of slapping the inner fender well back in, what we're going to do is see if it actually works. So we have the battery hooked up, and we'll turn the key on. And I'm going to hit the washer pump button. And you heard the change in the pump noise, that it pressurized, and we actually got wipers. Washer pump fluid now. Whatever. Anyway, now we can continue to button things back up. And thanks for watching ELH 4x4 doing stuff. Working on the 2000 Silverado 1500 LS 4.8 liter extended cab step side. See you at the next one. GoPro, stop recording.